Hello replay viewers, and welcome from on top of the Duomo Cathedral. In just a few moments time I'll actually show you what the view is from the top to the bottom. I am about halfway up. See what we have here. Oh, we're just going to have to go other places. From here you just see the ceiling. Welcome from on top of the Duomo Cathedral in Milan, Italy. So if you're watching this and you're wondering to yourself, how about this title? 1 second, we're going to have to traffic jam here. If you're watching this and you think, how about this title, 5th largest church in the world? So I said cathedral. If you're Catholic, you'll know that it's not a cathedral unless it's the seat of a bishop. I will share the only cathedral in Rome, which is not St. Peter's, in just a few days' time. But for today, I'm sharing a cathedral in Milan, Italy. And what's special about this cathedral, this is a second-generation cathedral. There was double cathedrals at this square. It's one of the most important squares in recent Roman times. However, around 1053, it burned to the ground. And here you can see, we have people saying hello. You can see the new right there in the distance and the old where we are. So, from atop the ceiling of the Duomo Cathedral, we're able to see just how elaborate all of these, all the architecture is. It took 500 years to finish, nearly 500 years to complete the Duomo Milano. I believe the name comes from the fact there used to be 2 churches, and now they've built it, I guess, in place of both. So I always like to include a little bit of interesting information. So this is, as the title alludes, the 5th largest church in the world. It happens to be a cathedral. It's the seat of an archbishop for the Roman Catholic Church. Here we go. And my intentions are to take you all the way to the top if I can. It's a lot of traffic. We've had a couple people wave hello, so wave hello to the random strangers. If this is your first time catching one of my scopes, I'm actually an American. I'm from Florida, USA. I'm traveling in Italy this week. Next week I'll go through Switzerland and back to Germany. And I'll scope Germany as well. So I'll be scoping Milan, Verona, and Rome. And this is actually the first day that I've been able to scope on this trip. I'm on a Euro road trip. This is actually the first day I've been able to scope due to complications getting a SIM card. Oh, we have groups. I believe this to be a high school, maybe a high school. So welcome those who are joining. We're atop the 5th largest church in the world. This is, if I'm not mistaken, this is the only Gothic cathedral in this part of Italy. Let me see if I can get a... Here we go. So this is just cheating a little bit. That's the square out front. This is the famous arcade. Vittorio Romano. It says it's Vittoria Emanuele, Milano. From the outside, you can tell the Gothic. There's a couple of different signs of a Gothic cathedral. However, it's what looks like lines going up the side. It's a dead giveaway. It's very, very elaborate. I'm just on some stairs going to the top. And you can see how they skip no detail. But after 500 years before they can complete it, I would expect nothing less. Here we are. This is the main square. Gothic's a way of identifying a specific period of time. It's a reference to the arts. Guys, I'm not 100% sure. We're in just a stairwell here. I'm not 100% sure if it's Periscope or if it's my SIM card. But my numbers just show from 7 to 12 and down to 5. I also just got a bunch of comments at once. So if this is in and out, I apologize. This is the SIM I can get my hands on. Let's see what we can find here. And there we go. For the one that wanted to know if I could jump, there's a window. Can't jump, sorry. Those little specks are people. Again, we can see the new mixed in with the old in the same view. So I was reading some interesting. That's a misuse of the word. It's a misuse of the word. That's not. If you're into the arts, most people would loathe that use of the word. One little interesting fact I read about the Duomo is that if you look at the structure of Milan itself, it actually leads. The roads lead to the Duomo, to the square at least. So here we go. We're at the very top. I came 2 years ago, and there was construction, so I was not able to come to the top. But this is where we find ourselves, at the top. So you notice up there, let me see if I can get a good zoom. There we go. Wouldn't be real if you didn't have gold. This is the very, very top. From the ground, you could not make up that figure. You certainly couldn't. Probably not. I have a set itinerary for this part. I don't think that's very realistic. So, if we weren't at the 5th largest church in the world, one would wonder to themselves, this top piece right here looks like its own church. And if you wondered that, it's probably highly accurate. It's like a church on top of a church. It's as big as it looks. They do have scaffolding. They're working on it. They had scaffolding the last time I was here. However, this is the side that I'm on now, that was closed. And the side I actually am able to go on today was closed, and the side that I went on last time's now being worked on. See if we can't get a good view. You cannot access that. It doesn't look like. There are stairs. I don't know if you can see it from the scope. Let me see if I can zoom in. Not into the Korean. That's you see these stairs right here? In the corner. Right there. However, I see no one going up there, so I believe it is blocked off due to the construction. If you've ever been to Italy, you'll find that they don't like to change the actual view of things. They will restore. As you see, the statue here is quite white. And this one here looks quite old, right in front of me. They will restore, they will clean, but they do not want to change. And if they do add something that's unoriginal, then they'll make it quite obvious that they've done so. So this is probably one of the better views you can get in this entire region. That's actually an interesting piece of architecture right there. I don't know the history of this building. However, I haven't seen something quite like that. So I feel like this is one of the sites that you'd have to see if you ever come to Milan. And to be honest with you, with the way that the streets are structured and the way that Milan's laid out, I think it'd be slightly impossible to miss this. See here, and here. There's some smaller points of interest if you're interested in seeing churches. So that's where we find ourselves. The top. I'll be going later on today to other parts of Milan. I can see here, got a nice little facade for the very front. I'll be going to other parts of Milan, maybe the Canal District. But I'm scoping that later, and I'll be going to Rome tomorrow. I'll, of course, scope Rome. If you're catching on and you're like, what does this look like from the ground? I scoped it. I scoped it earlier today. If you want to know what the Duomo Cathedral looks like from the ground, you have 23 hours to see it on my replays. I may convert those to YouTube videos. If I do, I'll mention it in my next scope. So this is it, you guys. Milano is absolutely, it's amazing. It's next to none. Especially when you have architecture like this. It's a simple marvel. If you aren't from this side of the world, you've never been to a European country. These are the details. This is what people are here to visit. So to give you one more reference point, this is the main square. Those little specks right there, those are people. That's the main square. Here we are at the very, very top. That's actually the second layer. The very top, yet look at the detail. I mean, in realistic terms, there was no reason why they should detail it like that. They don't have to. That may also be why it took 500 years to complete. So, this is it for now. I just wanted to share this experience with you guys. This is the first time I've been all the way to the top, so I thought it was an interesting find. If you like seeing Italy, you want to see sites like this, I'll take you in and through Italy for the next week. You can join me in Rome, join me in Verona, and later on today you can join me in Milan. Hit the follow button. I also have an Instagram. It's in my profile. It's the same name, Joshua229 with an I. You can see pictures that I've been posting that are not on Periscope. And we'll share a little bit later on. Thank you guys for joining us. Bye for now.